How are you all? I just thought I'd come in today and do the video today. I was feeling a bit under the weather, so I had a bit of a rest, did a lot of chakra clearing, received a lot of Reiki, just feeling in the zone and at peace. So the angels were saying only good can come from doing a beautiful angelic video like working with Mighty Acturus. So welcome to all who are watching the replays and the lives. So I've just had a blissful morning of doing self-care and honoring thyself, and what a difference it makes to stop and look after yourself. So the angel's just saying to you as well, if you feel like you need some time out, you need to honor yourself, to listen to yourself, listen to the nudges of your soul because they're trying to tell you something. So welcome today. So this is going to be a very, very special video for me and for all of my friends who are very excited. So I'm going to be channeling through Mighty Acturus, which I've never really dealt with his energy before. He is an Elohim, and there's 7 of them. And the 7 mighty Elohim are the ones that are closest to the Creator. And they generally don't get involved in human affairs. They tend to send light through the archangels and the ascended masters. So what an honor to have such a beautiful being, Mighty Acturus, coming through. So he specializes in working with the violet flame, and the flame captures the qualities of forgiveness, freedom, activation, and standing in your truth of your I am or your higher self. So Mighty Acturus wanted to come through today with all his warriors of light, which he calls them, who do all the work down on the ground. So he's quite proud of everybody. So I'm first going to just do an invocation. So I'll just ask you to close your eyes. So our purpose today is to connect with the mighty energy of Mighty Acturus and the violet flame, and all the violet flame angels who are with him and his team of light, to assist us collectively to rise with light and to rise with freedom, and learn how to use the violet flame for the highest light and highest good, to help us forgive ourselves individually and collectively, and to allow ourselves to liberate ourselves through the purpose of the violet flame, which is freedom. So we call in all the beautiful angels that surround us today. So open your heart today. Invite Mighty Acturus in to be with you. Just bring your own angels and guides, because the more you call them in, the more power they have for you. So we're going to just take 3 deep breaths. And we're just going to ring the bell 3 times just to open up our heart, to realign us to our presence. So just feel that peace, that alignment, that silence. So we're now going to connect with the violet flame itself. So throughout the video, you get most out of it. So the violet flame is a beautiful fire pinky flame color. So the pink I'm wearing, the violet, and I'll just show you the colors. So it's more like that violet color, and this violet color here. So if you can picture that color. So I'm just going to do an invocation. So our purpose today is to call in the beautiful violet flame. So picture the violet flame coming up through Mother Earth like a beautiful fire flame, and see a beautiful violet, gold, violet, silver, whatever violet colors are coming down from spirit, from your higher self, from the great central sun. See it flowing down and connecting with you now. And allow the violet flame just to be perpetually sustained today. So throughout the entire video, that it assists us in clearing the way for us, clearing our life stream, so that we're more in alignment with our higher self, our presence, so we get clarity, forgiveness, and freedom. So welcome. So I'm going to do some introductions. So why I've done this video is because I've been called upon by Mighty Acturus to do this, because he wants people out there to start understanding the power of the violet flame. And it has been around for a very long time. So the violet flame was channeled through in the 1930s through the work of Saint Germain, which is the Ascended Master. And he works with the I Am books, which is a whole series of books he channeled along with the Angelic Host. and I've studied the class and I've studied the teachings, so I have an understanding of what it's all about. And I've used the violet flame personally myself over the years and was introduced to it when I was around 22 when I first met Saint Germain. I was thinking, who is this ascended master? Why what's the violet flame? Never heard of it. And I used it in one of my angel healing sessions from a practitioner, and it really made a huge difference to the energy clearing. And then I started to move through and kind of connect with the Saint Germain person or being. And over time, I just got to understand who Saint Germain was. And then I did Reiki and met people that have been aligned and understood the violet flame quite well. And I learned through a process of talking to people, going to the classes, reading the books. So, done a lot of study on it as well, and a lot of meditation on it. So the violet flame is a powerful tool, spiritual tool we can all use in the here and now. So in the 1930s, it used to be only taught to a select few in groups and teachings, and to this day, you go to I am classes and you're chosen, and so it's a very specific group. And my understanding and feeling of Acturus is saying now that the I am stuff, not that I'll be talking about the teachings today, but I will essentially be teaching about the understanding it of all, because obviously Mari Acturus works with the violet flame. So he's going to be bringing in concepts from the I am books and concepts from the present. So I'll be using words that we use in the I am classes. So whatever resonates with you, take it upon yourself to absorb it. And if it resonates with you, that's fine. If it doesn't, let it go. So it's all about resonance. It's all about law of attraction. So if you're drawn to this video, you're ready to let things go. You're wanting a greater, deeper understanding of spirituality, and you want to give yourself the freedom to stand in your presence or your higher self. You're ready to let all of this go. So Mari Acturus wanted to channel through the most strongest, powerful way of doing this. And he feels that the violet flame is so necessary on the planet right now for evolution of man, to kind of consume and dissolve all the hatred, the anger, the heaviness on this planet. So the violet flame can be used for yourself. It can also be used through the law of grace for the planet, for soul families. So he will talk about all of this and his understanding around it. And he is the being that carries the violet flame. So I asked him, what do you look like? I tried to find a picture so I could show you guys. And he said to me, I'm just pure light. I'm pure light. So I'm pure violet. There is no presence to me, because he doesn't need a physical or a, angelic wings. He's kind of up there. And in the choir of the Elohim, they started creation for all of the cosmos. So they're closest to the great central sun. So what a privilege to us to be hearing from him, because I really think he comes down to kind of talk to us all. So should we get started? I'm very excited. So I'm going to introduce you to his team of light that work with him. So the first one is Archangel Zadkiel. So Archangel Zadkiel is the mighty archangel that carries the violet flame. And he says, thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. So he's all about transformation. So that's his message. That's one of the ones we'll be working with. So his divine counterpart is Holy Amethyst. So she is the divine feminine aspect of Archangel Zadkiel. So they've always got male and female. Good morning. Then these two, Saint Germain, this is Saint Germain in the modern aspect. And this is Saint Germain reference from the I Am books. So that's Saint Germain. So we've got Lady Portia and Saint Germain. And these two beautiful ascended masters work with the violet flame. So they've got karma releasing, Saint Germain, and divine order. So these two ascended masters work with the violet flame as well. So I'm introducing them so you can call upon them and you know who you're calling. So these are pictures that have been, depicted, but sometimes the angels will show themselves to you in a particular way. So don't think that they always have to look like this, okay? Right. And the subject we're here today to talk about is forgiveness. So why forgiveness? What does forgiveness mean to you? So everybody has a particular understanding or knowing about forgiveness. This particular card from the Mother Mary deck of Doreen Virtue says, I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. So forgiveness. When I show you this card, it's got Mother Mary holding a child. What does this forgiveness mean for you? Who do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive others? So really just take that in, the vibration of forgiveness. So the angels want to first talk about what's forgiveness. So from their perspective, forgiveness is the grace you give yourself, or the allowing of yourself, of giving yourself permission to be free, to be liberated from the past, from anything that you think you've done or haven't done. So forgiveness is the art of allowing yourself to be set free through the law of grace. Forgiveness is an understanding that there was that there's two sides to every story, that karma is balanced, and that forgiveness means that you are able to set yourself free on your side of things. Forgiveness is also in saying it's not condoning what the person did or didn't do, or the situation did or didn't do to you was okay. What forgiveness ultimately is, the power of truth, setting you free so that you are able to stand in your power and take your power back if you have given your power away in situations and lessons. Because a lot of us, when we look back on the situation, we realize that we forgave the person, we've forgiven ourselves, but we actually haven't taken our power back. And I'm going to guide you through a meditation at the end. So if you can kind of think of someone or a situation where you'd like to provide some forgiveness, and then the angels will take you through a forgiveness meditation at the end, which will be really beautiful because the full moon is tomorrow in New Zealand, around the same time in Australia. So it's the Leo full moon. So it's a very powerful portal for letting things go. So today I did a full moon ritual where I wrote things down I wanted to release. I burnt it. I blessed it. I declared it to the universe. I used fire, wind, earth, and water, the elements, and I let it go. And I just felt so lighter. I used white sage. So around the full moon is a really good time to really provide yourself with that permission to free yourself. And it has to come back to your thyself first, and looking at what you need to forgive or what you think you've done or haven't done. And your inner child is a really good marker for that. So I asked my inner child, what is it that I need to forgive? Who is it that I need to forgive? So it's not something you just do every full moon. I practice it every day or every week. And why they say to do this is if you have a conflict with somebody, like an argument, a disagreement, just any kind of imbalance in power, you always need to you need to rebalance it out and take your power back, because we connect with cords through our solar plexus. So solar plexus is our below our breastbone, and it's a huge chakra to do with empowerment. So the more that we get into, and there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with somebody, there's nothing wrong not seeing eye to eye, there is nothing wrong with any of that. But what it is the angels are saying we've got to take responsibility for our energy now, because this year, 2021 and beyond, our energy is going to be exceptional. We're going to be so sensitive. We're going to be able to pick up on other people across the room. Like, our energy fields are so much bigger than we realize. And because our vibrations are rising, because collectively we're ascending, we need to learn how to manage our energetic fields. And when we come into a person or a situation we constantly keep thinking about, the mental energy, the emotional energy, it drains our power. So this tool is really powerful because you can use it not just once a month, but you should be using it every week and checking your energetic field. Who is it that I need to forgive? Do I feel like I've done anything to myself this week? For me, it's like food. Do I feel guilty about eating that particular food this week? Do I need to give myself that permission to forgive myself? Like, I haven't done anything wrong, but in my head, it creates a lot of anxiety. So it's a really powerful tool in regards to mental health, helping you keep clear, emotional health, spiritual health. So it's a really powerful tool. And through forgiveness, it's the law of grace. And ultimately, the angels are saying we never do anything wrong. All of it's learning. We're always learning. We're going through the spectrum of weighing the scales. We're always learning to balance our karma with all of our relationships. But to balance out and integrate the learning, we need to use the violet flame to help transform that energy into light. Because once you do the healing or the integration or the activation, you actually need to balance it out, the karma. And the violet flame is really good because remember, energy is neither destroyed nor created, it just is. So the angels are saying when you have a disagreement, you can be doing the understanding and the compassion and all that, but you actually need the violet flame to kind of finalize it and transform that into light. So the violet flame is really underutilized. So that's why beloved Acturus is here today to say, stand in your power and use the power that you have. Use the spiritual tools that you have, because the more we use it, the more we become empowered, the more that we are able to liberate ourselves and free ourselves from the shackles in which we put ourselves in. That is the message. Because we are the ones that can bring ourselves out of all this chaos. We are the ones, we are the liberated sovereign beings who have the power to do this. So Maria Acturus is saying, go, my children, it is time for us to stand tall, stand strong, and use what we have on the planet right now. And all of it is powerful. We're underestimating ourselves. We're underestimating ourselves, our love, our light for each other. The power of forgiveness is underutilized. So that's the message. So we're just going to pick some angel cards, tune into the vibrations. So what angel cards or messages do they have us about forgiveness? What teachings or understandings do they have for us? So this one says, luck is on your side, let the magic happen. So this card is saying to us all to look up, to look to the stars for guidance and assistance as well. So the violet flame doesn't just come from Earth, it comes from the stars. It comes from many, many planets that have used this violet flame many a times, and it's such an ascended form. So what this card is saying is look to the stars for teachings, for understanding. Don't limit yourself to the earth plane, like go up, galactic, cosmic, go higher and higher. So the Elohim are from right at the top. You can access them. You're not limited just because we're human or we see ourselves as down here and they're up here that we can't access them. They're saying through the law of grace, we all are meant to be working as one harmonious unit. And we are meant to be focusing and working towards the light and working in unity. And this is saying it is our time to shine, lovely children. It is your time to shine as the stars that you are meant to be. Stop worshipping things outside yourself. Start looking at the beauty within. Start looking at the beauty of you as that bright star shining, ready to stand tall in who you are. We are here to help you and assist you in this process. And so it is. So it's a declaration of love to us that we are ready. We are those shining stars we keep looking upon. We are the very thing that we wish to be. That's a nice message. Next message from the angels, forgiveness. So we've got Archangel Michael. So as we talk about forgiveness, we talk about taking our power back. So Michael's a mighty warrior that talks about standing in your power, trusting yourself, honoring yourself, evolution, and using the violet flame. You are always safe. And he is saying, if you want to work with the violet flame, call in Michael if you're feeling unsafe, because we are all here to learn and grow, and there's always uncertainty around the corner. But the angels are saying we are always here to be accessed, and we're always here for you. So call upon us to help you with this journey. You're not doing it alone. Right, next card, very powerful tool, discernment. Discernment. What does this mean for you? It says follow your intuition, discernment. Discernment is a tool in regards to looking at what they're talking about is when we're looking at things we wish to forgive. Start with the small things and then work your way up to the bigger things like, you know, your childhood stuff. Start simple, because they're saying the more that you clear, it's like a cupboard. The more that you clear, the more light that comes in. And what they were saying to us is that we're such a we're like a cup of light, and the more that we're able to clear the density with the law of forgiveness and the violet flame, the more empowerment we have to carry more light within this vessel we call a body. So that will help us to ascend and rise and become lighter and lighter like air. So discernment is a really powerful tool when it comes to discerning, following your intuition in your heart. Who do you need to forgive? What do you need to forgive? Only you can tell yourself the answer. You're the only one that can give yourself that permission. You have to be ready to do it. Discernment is meaning you're listening to yourself and only yourself. And through the law of grace, it is done. So if you wish to learn to trust your intuition, call in the angels to help you to trust yourself. So Michael is a really good archangel to work with if you're developing your intuition and wanting to learn how to use your creative gifts. So like whether you want to learn to listen to angels, tune into them, automatic writing, your third eye, like all of that can be taught by the angels. A lot of the stuff I've been taught has been done solely by angels. It's not been done by the external forces. So that's why I know that the energy I have running through me is authentic, because I tend not to look at a lot of teachers. I tend to strengthen my connection to source, and I've always had a connection with angels, which I'm very blessed with, and I've worked through many lifetimes to attain that. But it doesn't mean people like anyone watching can't do that as well. Everyone has their own strengths and abilities. Some people can feel into the energy of angels, some people can hear, some people can see colors, and all it makes us unique and beautiful. You know, like what they're talking about is that like we're like chameleons, we're like animals with different colors. Like they're saying we're loved eternally, and to embrace who we are now, not to compare ourselves to each other, because we all are stars. We're the stars that we look upon. And until we get the concept that we are the ones who can liberate ourselves and we're the ones that can empower ourselves, not externally, once you understand that and really integrate that into your learning, the more power you have to make changes in your life. Right. Having a lot of energy run through me. Okay. The next card is Miracles Out of Mistakes. So see that violet flame? And it says, use your mistakes to inspire and empower you to face brighter days ahead. So this is where forgiveness plays a really big part in freedom. We can learn the lesson, but we need to do the energy healing. And this is what we're going to learn to do. And what the angels are saying is, it is time for us to start transmuting the energy. So there's a lot of stuck energy from the past in the ground, stuck in the earth, in regards to, like, say, World War One, like a lot of old energy from the past that needs to go. So the more people and the more power we have to kind of visualize the violet flame running through the earth and clearing Mother Gaia, the more power it is that the violet flame can work upon the earth to help clear it. So there's so many places and situations we could be violet flaming, and we have more power as a collective unit. So he's like, I'm wanting to spread the message that this is not a big secret, that even anyone can use a violet flame, that it can empower you today to start liberating yourself. Okay, one more message from this deck. So Archangel Raphael. Raphael helps you to heal mind, body, and spirit. So Raphael works with integrating all the lessons and the emerald green ray, but he also works with the heart chakra. And he's saying to me to let everyone know that forgiveness is a tool to balance out mind, body, and spirit, because you know the impact of not forgiving yourself and holding anger and resentment in your spiritual or energetic field, it filters down to become a physical manifestation. So he knows people are aware that, you know, everything is connected, mind, body, spirit. So the violet flame works on all levels. It helps to transmute the old. It helps to clear old patterns of the subconscious mind. So I'm using the violet flame right now to clearing out or transmuting or changing or evolving my thoughts, my subconscious thoughts. And it takes time. It's not something you violet flame and then it magically disappears. That's not how it works. You move through your lessons, your learning, you let it go. It comes into your awareness. So the angels are saying that this violet flame is to be honored and respected. It's not just something you know, play around with. It is honored and respected because it's very powerful. And the two rays that are really powerful this year for ascension, which I've mentioned in previous videos, is the violet flame and the green emerald green flame for this year, because there's going to be a huge focus on letting go of the old wounds in our physical body. So if we've experienced trauma as a child, collectively, like around sexual abuse, domestic violence, all of that's going to come up for healing. And the violet flame is great because it helps to transmute that old energy so it doesn't come back again. Because remember, if you do not do the learning and integrate it, it comes back karmically. And because we're in a plane of polarity, that's what happens. Even though we're moving up 5D and beyond, where it won't become such an effort, we still need to do the groundwork the angels are saying. So there's still a lot of groundwork to be done. So in family bloodlines, like addictions, using the violet flame on yourself. So through the law of grace, you do need to ask the permission of the other person if you want to violet flame someone, because it's like anything. If someone says I don't want it, you can't force it upon them. It's law of choice. But say if I had my mother was unwell, and she was dying, then I would use it. So it's like discernment as well, they're saying. So you've got to respect and honor the violet flame and use it wisely, like any other spiritual tool. So you would ask your intuition, is it in my highest good to be using the violet flame? And you'd get a feeling or knowing. Okay. So the seven mighty Elohim wanted to talk about our brain structure. Why? In a minute, I'll explain. So forgiveness is one of the rays we're going to talk about today, but I might be doing further videos, I'm thinking, in the future about the other flames. But the seven mighty Elohim, there is mighty Hercules that works with the light blue ray. There is beloved purity that works with the dark blue. There's the Elohim of peace, which is the green. Elohim of Cyclopeia, which works with white. Elohim Cassiopeia is gold. Elohim of Orion is pink, and Elohim Acturus is violet flame. So we have these violet flames spiritually above our crown. So along here we've been activated to the sevenfold flame of the Elohim because we are part of creation. And what happens is you can call in the seven mighty Elohim to work with you. And when you do that, that gets activated. And what it does is it helps with your ascension. And it's something that's been ingrained within us from the beginning of time. And we used to use it a long time ago. So what it is, it's our connection to source. So the Elohim are saying that we hold the sevenfold flame within our brain structure. And you know how they talk about all the physicality of the brains is related, like the pineal gland. They all have spiritual structures and they match a certain frequency or frequent density. The sevenfold flame is what's activated when we're working with their higher spiritual lessons, and it works with our crown. So when you're working with the seven mighty Elohim, if that's what resonates with you and that's what you wish to do, you would call them in and use an invocation with gratitude and grace, and you would ask them to activate your sevenfold flame, which gives you more empowerment. And it's a very honorable thing they're saying. So it's only something you work with when you're kind of ready to work with it. It's not for everybody. So if you feel drawn to that, you can meditate upon that and ask that question. And I may be doing some future videos on the other frequencies. So what we're going to do next, I'm asking them out loud. Right. So we're just going to channel through the messages of the particular angel. So this is Archangel Zadkiel. So Archangel Zadkiel is saying to us all that transformation is about transforming what has been to what is now. So he is talking about transformation is integrating the learning, becoming that caterpillar, eating through the lessons, using the metaphor of the butterfly, becoming the cocoon, and then transforming to the other side. And this is a constant state of evolution. Transformation is constant. It never wavers. So the more you're able to accept that concept that you're never the same, you're always evolving, you're always going to keep changing, then it makes your life so much easier. And he's saying the violet flame gives you the energy, the tools, and the resilience to walk through life and know that you're protected and safe. So the other reason we are talking about the violet flame is you can use it in your everyday energetic field. So when before you get up in the morning, Archangel Zadkiel is talking about using it to violet flame yourself and surround it with the purpose of walking throughout life today so that it protects your energetic field and keeps you in alignment with yourself. And he's saying that's a really strong tool, because what it does is if any energy comes to you, it transmutes it. So that's a really powerful tool. So Archangel Zadkiel is saying, start working with the violet flame. You don't need to understand it, you just need to be with it. So you can use the violet flame like in the beginning, we visualized it coming up, and it gives it more power if you set the intention that you stand in alignment with yourself, your higher self or your soul, and you set the purpose that it transmute anything that comes to you. So it's a very powerful tool. Archangel Zadkiel was also talking about strength. So the violet flame gives you the strength and the knowing that when you're walking around on the earthly plane, you are safe. So humans have a great desire at the root chakra level to feel safe. So what they are saying is use the violet flame every day. It helps you to anchor your energy more in the earth plane, and it helps you to feel safe and more grounded as well. So because the violet flame comes up from the earth as well as above. So it's a balance between heaven and earth. That's his message. Lady Portia. Oh, they're flying around. The angels are flying around. So Lady Portia. So Lady Portia is talking about divine order. So with our learning, everything is always perfectly ordained. And you can never force lessons. You can make your lessons easier by accepting the lessons for what they are, seeing the blessings in it. Thing. Not easy to say what's the blessing in it. And it says, do what feels right. An important lesson is unfolding. The lesson today is you have the power to free yourself. That is the main lesson today. Takeaway message from the angels. You have the freedom, and you can give yourself permission today to set yourself free. It's that easy. That easy. And she's saying you fell upon this video because you are ready to let something go. You are ready to liberate yourself and stand in your truth. And give yourself that permission of freedom. That permission of forgiveness. And she's saying forgiveness comes from the heart as well. So the heart is really integral in forgiveness. Forgiveness is on such a soul level, and your soul's connected to your heart. So when you're doing forgiveness, you really got to feel into the forgiveness. It's not a matter of I forgive that person and so and so and so. And it's not something taken lightly. I feel when you get into the practice of forgiving, you become better at it, because I found the more I did it every day. So I looked at, that situation with my husband. I have to do some forgiveness around that. Even though it wasn't a big deal, it was maybe just a conversation with a colleague at work, with a family member, something that really irked you, subconsciously, consciously, you can use the violet flame to help you to transmute that, to transform it. And what it does, it balances everything out. And I find, like, when I do the forgiveness, I actually am able to interact with that person and not be triggered. So that's a big, huge, plus for me. I don't want to be triggered and reacting all the time as we do when we're tired, when we're stressed, when we're under pressure, as being a parent, working. All of those things, they matter. So it makes your life so much easier when you use with the violet flame. Lady Portia is saying that there's assurance that we are all going to be fine. She's got this assurance about her. If you look at her, this reassurance about her presence, she stands in her presence and her light with love. She's just standing there staring at us, like knowing for certainty that we've got this. She's saying we've got this. Right, holy amethyst. She is talking about divine alchemy. So we have the alchemy to transform situations into light. We're talking about this energetic pull and pull, this karma, this the energy, being more responsible for our own energy, because we are ultimately responsible for our own energy and nobody else's. You shouldn't be trying to control people with the violet flame. You shouldn't be using it to try and sway it your way. It is solely for yourself, for the highest good. Because when you're visualizing it for people who are maybe unwell and not in a situation, you always ask for the highest good and through the law of grace. And she is saying that the violet flame helped a lot of ascended masters become ascended. So, like Saint Germain is an ascended master. holy the all the ascended masters used the violet flame and walked that path, maybe in different degrees, but they all use this tool. And this tool has been underutilized, and that's what they're saying. This is a big like star for you, that you're here today to learn this tool. So it's massive. It's a massive transformational thing, and they want to empower people with this tool. So that's what she's saying, that it's such a huge tool. Right. So the being I was talking about, Saint Germain, this is the ascended master that works with the violet flame and does a lot of the I am books and channels through all the messages. They use obviously the other humans to channel through the messages, but what Saint Germain is saying is, go forth, children, and start using this tool. We would like to see you stand in your presence once and for all, eternally. Not just once or twice, but eternally. We would like to see you using the violet flame so you're able to stand in your true self, your true presence, and ascend like we all did. We walk beside you. We are asking you now to choose to ascend with us. We are your brothers. We are your sisters. We care about you. You matter to us. That is why we are all here today, to say to you, you are able to do this for yourself. And Saint Germain is saying he is so proud of the people that are already using the violet flame, how far they've come. But this is the next step. Like, the violet flame is evolving this year. It is getting us in a different space, and it's for everybody. That is the message. Saint Germain wants the violet flame to be used by everybody. There is information on Google and all that, but I would actually just trust my angels. Tune into your own angels and feel the violet flame for yourself. You can do the readings, you can go online, you can ask people that do read the iron books, because those books are very powerful, but you've got to be at a certain frequency or certain understanding. It's like the Course of Miracles, if people know those old teachings, it's around that same time. So if you, I have iron books in New Zealand and Auckland. There are people in Australia, so you can talk to people who have practiced it and who use it. But you've got to use it for yourself in order to get the empowerment from it, obviously. Right. So they wanted us to show us the violet flame. So this is our soul up here. This is the violet flame. So if you can see the violet around the person at the bottom, this violet flame helps us to transform, helps us to liberate ourselves, helps us to stand in our presence at all times. So that's the I am, they call it, the ultimate sense of self in its highest, purest form. Right, let's see. So I thought I'd do a pick a card with the cards of Mother Mary. And I would ask you to ask your angels to pick number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is the fun part. What messages do you need to know about forgiveness and freedom? Or what do you need to know right now from the angels? From Mighty Acturus. These are messages for you. So please ask your heart. What number do I resonate with? 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you pick card number 1, this is the message from you from Mighty Acturus and the Violet Flame Angels. Miracle. Look at that, beautiful. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to the situation. Miracle. So what this card is saying to me, the message for you, pile 1, it's giving yourself permission to let go. Giving yourself permission, that's the miracle. The rest will be done for you. So I'm hearing, be true to yourself. Only you can answer that question, and then the divine will give you a miraculous solution. So you're the one holding yourself back from a miraculous solution. Whatever's bothering you, whether it's an emotional thing, a mental thing, mental anguish, the miracle is coming, but the miracle can only come when you are being open to receiving it. And what they're saying is pray for guidance. If you don't pray to a particular thing, you can call in your angels and say, please help me to see the truth of the situation. Allow me to call in the most miraculous situation for this issue. And I had that this week. I asked my angels to show me, I gave myself permission to forgive and I allowed them to step in, because like as humans, we like to take control of the situation and we think we can handle it. When we surrender it and say, I'm done, this is too hard, I don't want to do it anymore. When you give them that, hand over that power to them, they step in and say, finally, you've given yourself permission to receive the answer, receive the miraculous solution. So power one, the miracle is coming. You've got to ask for it. You've got to let it go. Whatever it is holding you there, you're holding yourself in that holding pattern. Or if there's a particular person you're worried about, pray for a miracle. That's all you can do, they're saying, and the rest is up to the creator, because we can pray for miracles for other people, but ultimately that is decided by something higher than us. But all the prayers count. If you've got some loved one that you're worried about, you're concerned about. So message number one. Message number two, we just talked about this prayer. So if you picked pile number two, and all of these messages could resonate with you. This is just what I thought. Just do a pick a card. So instead of worrying, I pray about the situation to bring about real solutions. We've just talked about this. So pile number two, strong message. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Count your blessings. That is all. Pretty simple message. Ask and you shall receive. Even though people ask for help, they're actually not wanting the help. They're kind of stepping in front of themselves and they're not allowing the help to come to them through people, through answers. They're not listening. I'm a really good example. I like to talk a lot, as my friends know. And when I'm really wanting something, the divine has an answer. And when I stop and listen, I get an answer. So they're also saying, when you're doing a prayer, also make the time to listen. Listen. Because even don't expect it to come in a way you think. They might show you a picture, an image, a word. They might guide you to a person, a conversation. So be open to the answer. So message number three. These are very divinely guided messages today. Pile number three. What message do you have? Family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. So this is connecting to some family members, a particular family member maybe you're worried about. They're saying everything is as it needs to be. Everything will work out. Your prayers will help. They're also looking at family relationships. So if there is someone you need to forgive, your mum, your dad, something that you've been holding on to, so start small. Don't look at the big things. So it might be just a small thing like what my dad said to me the other day. You can say, call in the law of forgiveness. And when I show you at the end, you can use that meditation. So there's also a family member that you really need to look at your relationship with that is not the most healthy. And the boundaries are being blurred. And the messages I'm hearing, get clear with your boundaries in regards to your family. So look at what relationships are serving you and which family members aren't. How can you sustain your relationships with your family? Do you need to distance yourself? Do you need to have a conversation with them? Do you need to energetically cut some cords? Do you need to just hand it over now and say, I'm done, I can't do any more for this family member? It's draining my power, it's draining my energy, I'm done. You know, I love them, but man, come and help me, divine. So it's about surrendering that to the angels as well. Allowing the angels to step in. So pile number 4. Oh, the card fell out. Oh, again. Okay, pile number 4. This also resonates with you. Same message, but looking at your relationships with your siblings. So that's the other message. If you pick card number 4, it's very specific to siblings. So looking at your brothers and sisters, what kind of relationships do you want to manifest? What's not serving you? What isn't serving you? Your relationships with children, so grandchildren, children in particular. Are you assisting them by showing them how to use the law of forgiveness and grace? Are you being a positive role model, like looking at your behavior around children? Are you providing support to people who need it? So solo parents, solo mothers. Are there people in your family you think need extra support right now through the COVID times? Like looking at family in general. And that you got the ability to offer support right now. Well, that's a strong message. So I'm going to check in with Mighty Acturus. He's now going to work. What does he want to work with? Mighty Acturus wanted to channel through some messages, and then we're going to go into the meditation soon, which will take 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So, first message from Mighty Acturus. All paths lead home. So what does this card trigger in you? What does this mean for you? Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So we're really in a powerful time of stillness. He's wanting us, all as children, to go within and to listen. That all our paths lead back home. There's no right and wrong. We're just in the contrast of life, and that's our learning abilities. But there's always one path. They all lead home to the center of wholeness and oneness. So the big message is, take some time out to listen to your heart. Listen to your higher self and get clear about who you are. Because people have lost touch with who they really are. They've become a mother, they've become a wife. They've disconnected from their alignment. And so Acturus is saying alignment is so important because it is the very thing that gives you life itself. It's the very thing that guides you. So reconnecting with your higher self, reconnecting with your path, reconnecting with your truth. The message is from Acturus, it is time for us all to reconnect, to recalibrate, to stand back in our authority, like come back full circle. It is time for us to finish that circle and start again. These are the Starseed Oracle messages from Rebecca Campbell. Because he wanted to go cosmic, because obviously Mighty Acturus works cosmically with all our fellows, brothers and sisters. So the next message is jump in. Andromeda energy adventure. Say yes to change. Yes, yes, yes. We are on the evolution of change. We're the brink of change. Jump in. Mighty Acturus is saying that nothing is ever achieved by standing on top of the mountain and not jumping in. You have to jump in order for change to occur. You've got to jump to see your wings spread. If we're just standing on the edge and not even doing anything, nothing's going to be achieved. You've got to take that leap of faith. You've got to open your wings. You've got to soar. Say yes. So in your life, what is it that you need to say yes to? It is time. This is a big message. Jump in. It is time for you to be doing that very thing you need to be doing. Mighty Acturus, what powerful uplifting messages do you have? So this says double mission. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. So this is for all of us. A reminder that we just need to be in alignment with ourselves. We don't need to be the Dalai Lama. We don't need to be Jesus. We don't need to be Mary. We need to be ourselves. That is what Acturus is saying. The power lies within. It is acceptance of who we are in this very moment. Everything we have been through, everything we are, and everything we are going to be. Double mission. Also, all light workers and star seeds, this is a message. You're awake now, children. It is time to take that leap of faith. It is time to get cracking. 2 more cards and then we'll get into our meditation. Because what he's saying is forgiveness is something that's more felt than anything. It's we can talk about it all day long, but people aren't going to understand it unless they experience it. Final 2 messages. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. It is all becoming about community, especially in the COVID times with people overseas people being isolated. It's about reconnecting. It's staying connected. Because remember, we are ultimately connected through cords, and everything that is going on the planet reaches us in New Zealand, Australia. So being aware and managing our energy and taking responsibility, and sometimes just kind of violet flaming ourselves and clearing our energy from the collective. Because what they're saying is the collective anger, irritation, it actually adds to your anger and irritation. So you can also use the violet flame to transmute the energy of the collective, which is a powerful tool because you don't want to be always absorbing it if you're very sensitive. Final message. Look at this, the new earth. It is happening. Keep holding the vision. Look at that card. I would say, whoop, there it is. People get that? A new earth. That's us walking forward to the new earth. It's happening. Reassurance. walking over water. It's going to happen. Miracles are going to happen. Right. I'm going to do the meditation now with some music, and then we're going to close with some light, what is this called? The Light Keepers Light Worker Oracle decks. So they've got beautiful messages. So I would ask you to get comfortable. This is going to be about 10 minutes. And then we're going to come back and do some final messages. So this is where you get to enjoy the energy of Mighty Acturus, Saint Germain, and all of those beings. So I'm just going to play some music. So this is Manifesting Harmony and Peace Through Power Thoughts. It's on YouTube. Power Thoughts is a beautiful channel with heaps of ambient music, and it's at the frequency of 432. So the angels are talking about when you listen to music, make sure it's music with different frequencies, heart frequencies, angelic frequencies. So let's just play this. So I don't know if you can hear the music. So I ask you now to close your eyes. Close your eyes. So our purpose today is to connect with the energy of the violet flame, to call in the universal law of law, forgiveness, and grace, and freedom. To call in Mighty Acturus to guide and lead us through this meditation and this visualization so that we're able to best benefit from this, to help us to free ourselves using the violet flame and forgiveness. So we call in Mighty Acturus, Archangel Zadkiel, Lady Nada, Mother Mary. We call in Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, any of the team of light that need to be with you. So we now take 3 deep breaths to connect with the body at your own time and at your own pace. Feel into the music, the vibration of the angelic music, opening all your chakras. So we now feel the diamond white light coming down from above us. This crystal clear, pure diamond white light surrounding us in a vehicle of omnipresent light. Feeling this white light surrounding us like an eggshell. We now call in the gold ray from the beautiful sun above us, surrounding us in a liquid gold light going all the way down into the earth. We call in the blue ray of Archangel Michael to surround us in his shield of light. And we call in Lady Nada with her unconditional love, Mother Mary with her light blue ray, and Mighty Acturus with his violet flame. So feel the heat of the violet flame. Feel it moving through your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body. So our purpose today is to connect with the energy of the full moon, to let go and release something or someone that we need to forgive, or even to forgive ourselves. This is the day we choose to forgive ourselves and liberate ourselves from something we've been holding on to deep within ourselves, in our physical bodies, in our mental bodies, in our spiritual bodies, and so it is. So feel this violet flame blazing through you. Feel it going through your chakras. Moving through each chakra, so starting at our root, or our earth, starting with our earth chakra actually, moving through our earth chakra, moving up through all our chakras to go into each one, and just feel it burning away and consuming like paper, any debris, any old energy, any stuck energy. See it moving it at your own time through each chakra, and moving it all the way up to the top to your crown. So as you feel this violet flame visualizing through you, I'm going to read a decree through the I Am book. Beloved mighty I Am presence and great host of ascended masters, I demand through the calls and the use of the cosmic violet consuming flame that it goes forth to purify and restore the flesh bodies of mankind, only to fulfill the ascended master's divine plan. I demand the violet consuming flame blaze throughout this nation, consume which does not belong in mankind's bodies, and take out of existence all that has no right to exist, right now, this instant, and forever. I demand that I am the victorious presence of the violet consuming flame in its immortal power, drawing in and around me, and all under this radiation right now, forever, to hold invincible command forever. So just feel the vibration of those words. Feel it into your heart. It's just to set the intention, the energy of this purpose. So now they ask you to visualize a doorway in front of you, a beautiful golden doorway that's going to take you up higher and higher to the heavens. And see a set of stairs and take 10 steps up. So as we count to 10, we move through this door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. So as you reach 10, you reach the doorway, and through this doorway is the angelic kingdom. And the angelic kingdom guides you to a beautiful room of light. And there in this room, there are angels, there are guides, there are unicorns, there are everyone that you could possibly love. Loved ones embracing you, congratulating you for choosing to do this today. So with love, they surround you. So now we call in and we ask you to go call in your inner child. We now invoke the inner child, our wise sense of self, to come forth. Our divine higher self, our higher self, to be with us, to guide us through what we need to do. So there in front of you is a little girl or boy. You give her a hug. You're so happy to see her. You embrace her. And then everything around you turns green. And there's green grass. There's green trees. Everything is just transforming and growing and evolving. And there are flowers and there are fairies. You know, really feeling into the energy of the inner child. So we now ask Archangel Metatron to put the Merkaba of light around us. And that is like a star, the Star of David. Visualize yourself in it for protection. And this is where it works with our Shakic records. It also helps us to evolve our mental, emotional bodies and our physical bodies. So with this, we are taken to a time and a place in our memory, in our mind, and we are safe. We go back to a particular person we need to forgive, or a situation that we need to learn to forgive ourselves through the law of grace. So visualize that person in front of you, that situation, and you don't need to go through the pain and the suffering. It is a matter of visualizing that person in front of you with love, surrounding them with white and gold and violet. So even though you may not really connect with this person, just see them in those colors. Feel the angels surrounding you in a circle of light between you and this other person, or you and this situation, like you're watching a movie. And ask your inner child, what is it that I need to forgive? And listen. Be with your inner child. Really listen. It is time now, she is saying, to forgive that person or forgive that situation. So now just listen and feel into the words as I speak them as absolute truth. I now forgive myself for thinking, speaking, feeling, and reacting the way I did towards myself. In this situation or to this person, I forgive myself. I give myself permission to let go. I give myself permission to forgive myself. I accept this divinity. So really feel this in, feel into your heart, and then see the person or situation on the other side with cords, and say to this person, I now forgive you. Even though I do not accept or condone your actions of what you did to me, you can say it out loud or within yourself, the fact you did this to me, you're able to articulate that. I now forgive you because I'm choosing to free myself from this past energy. So I forgive you from the bottom of my heart, through my inner child. I'm ready to release you. I'm ready to release you into the light so you no longer have power over me. Or this situation no longer has power over me. So through the law of grace, through the law of forgiveness, visualize the violet flame around this person, around yourself for the highest good, around the situation, going through the cords. See mighty Acturus standing there, a beautiful violet flame. Feel Saint Germain around you. Feel Lady Portia. Feel Archangel Zadkiel. They're coming in close now and they're surrounding you in a circle of violet flame, intensifying it within your physical body, your mental and emotional. And now say, I now decree, I now take back my power, my energy and my light. And so it is. I surrender this person, this situation into the light through the law of grace. and I surrender myself. I call on mighty Archangel Michael and mighty Acturus to help me to cut and sever all cords if it is in the highest good, all cords of disease, all cords of anger, all cords of ego, all cords of fear. Please it be done, and so it is. So feel Michael and Acturus using their swords to set you free from this toxic person situation. And just feel the light re-enter your heart, and feel this big shift of energy move out through your head, and feel the violet flame transmuting it and dissolving it and intensifying. And I'm balling up. I don't know how you're feeling, but the violet flame is really working. So just sit in that energy of forgiveness. Really feel what it means to be free, to be liberated, to forgive that person, and to forgive yourself if that's what you feel. And if you're forgiving yourself for anything, just say to yourself, I now forgive myself for anything I think I did or didn't do towards myself, like eating that food. I forgive myself for blaming myself. I forgive myself for not being aware enough. Even though I haven't done anything wrong, I still give myself the permission to let it go, not hold on to it. So feel the violet flame clearing your mind, your heart, and your soul. Feel it clearing your mental body, your physical body, your emotional body. Feel it moving through each of your chakras, transforming it, dissolving it, annihilating it. So now be with the violet flame. I am now in perfect alignment with my I am presence. I am now in perfect alignment with my I am presence. I am now in perfect alignment with my I am presence, and so it is. So feel this power surge through you, feel this clarity, feel this purpose return to you. And see the angels standing back now, allowing you the space to breathe. They're congratulating you. You've done so well. And this will keep working through you for the next 7 days. So be gentle with yourself. Things may come up. So the angels now surround you with the pink ray of unconditional love, and you feel Mother Mary coming to you now, Jesus, whoever it is you resonate with. They're giving you a hug. They're being with you. They're sitting with you. And just feel them place their hands on your heart. Be still. Be still. Be still, my child, for you are done. You are now liberated. You are now free. And so it is. So with that, the door reopens. Your inner child and you walk through the doorway, and you take 10 steps down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you return to your body, you integrate the learning. You allow it to be as it is. And say to yourself, I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am the love. I am the love. I am the love. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. And so it is. So I'll just ring this bell, just to bring you back into your body. Calling you back. Just come back to your body. Place your hands on the ground. If you're on the ground, place it on your knees, or if you can touch your feet, really good way of grounding. And just say to yourself, I'm 100% present here now, I am. So forgiveness. So what the angels are saying is, congratulations, you've started the path. If you've been on this path for a while, keep going. Forgiveness is our way forward. It's the way we're going to free ourselves from whatever it is going on this planet at this time. And the angels are saying, don't get caught up in the heaviness and the density of it all. Just visualize the violet flame around the planet. It's a powerful way of transmuting it and dissolving it and bringing freedom and liberating ourselves. Because what it does, it makes a space on the, it transmutes the old stagnant energy that's anchored in the earth from many centuries ago, many life civilizations ago, It helps to transmute that, so it gives us more space to evolve and change. So forgiveness. So we're finally going to do 3 messages for all of us. So if you can pick cards number 1, 2, or 3. What did I do with them? I'm looking for my cards. Oh, here they are. So as a light worker, there are messages for you. So you can pick 1, 2, and 3, or if there's a number that resonates with you. So call in Mighty Acturus and ask him, what messages do I need to know right now as a light worker? To end this beautiful video, it's been a pleasure and an honor of all that have been watching. I hope this has helped you gain clarity, because that's the whole purpose of this, is to teach you new things and to teach you new ways of doing things, because it's all about evolving and changing and growing. So if you pick card number 1, we've got here reassurance of the golden age. So your evolution is assured. This is reassuring you that the light is with you, that you are part of the light. You are the light. You need to give yourself more credit on how much aligned you. And you are the divine. That is the message. You as the light worker are the divine. You are God in action. You are God in action. So I'll just read the message. Number 36. These are beautiful cards, very high vibrational. 36. So this is the quick message. The golden light comes to you as a gift of grace and reassurance. It is an embrace from the universe, an expression of your divine comfort and sign of hope. With the golden light appears, it is a sign that everything in your life, even the most troubling matters, is going to work out perfectly. They are held in the general hand of the divine and will be resolved more swiftly and beautifully than you might expect. So that is the message from the light worker to the light workers who picked pile number 1. This is the light of hope. Everything's going to work out. So message number 2. You picked card number 2. Do you like my stars? The angels were going all about the stars, 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 because Mighty Acturus is way up in the cosmos. So they said stars, stars, stars. So if you pick card number 2, we are looking at earth healing. So your mission here as a light worker is to help heal those who live upon the planet, animals, children, but also help the earth itself. So you are connected to Mother Gaia, and you are here to help Mother Gaia ascend. So you're working through animal spirits, working through with children, the vibration of children. It is your time to shine. So see that light? The angels got this light around it. You're carrying so much light. It is time for you to shine, dear friend. It is time for you to share your gifts with the world. It is time for you to uplift humanity in your own way. It is time. It is time to share that wisdom. So if you've got wisdom, you need to impart it on others, because that is why we are here, not to, hold on to the energy. 38. So if you pick card number 2, you are making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you are doing matters, and you will be supported. So don't let money stop you. Don't let time stop you. All of it is possible. All of it is a possibility. So if you picked card number 2, you are here as an earth angel. It is time to shine, dear friend. So last card. Pile number 3. Trust in the path. Trust in your inner knowing. Trust in your wisdom. You are here as a spiritual facilitator. You are here as a teacher. You are here as a mentor. You are here to lead others, to help them, support them on their journey to become awakened. 1-3, trust in the plan. Everything is as it needs to be right now. So whatever's happening or not happening, it is in perfect alignment with your soul's path. Trust in the divine plan. I am burning up over here. I don't know about you, but I can feel the violet flame still. It's still working through me. 13. So this is the message for card number 3. In preparation for radical growth, there can be temporary disorder and chaos. Whilst this mind may worry and something's going wrong, the spirit knows that this is a way for your old to dissemble. so the new can be formed. Although you may feel out of control during such times, you do not need to resist the process. There is no need to attempt to impose your own sense of order upon the greater plan. You do not need to seek solutions, for there is no problem here. It is need solving. What has been cleared away in preparation for the next chapter of your life. Have faith, all is well. So I'm just going to channel through Mighty Acturus now as a final message. So what does he want us to know? Hold fast, dear children. Hold fast. Be still. Be humble. Be grateful. Be of the light. Be in service of the light. I am here to speak of one truth, and that truth is divinity. You have the divine right to stand in your I am. You yourself can only give yourself permission through the portal of your heart. You need to look within and start to trust that in which is you. You are a magnificent creation. You were created by the spark of life. You were created by the cosmos and by the stars. By the very stardust that floats through the ethos. You are that. And such, you are a divine being. Be still and know in this truth that we all here collectively are here to work with you all, to see the children rise, to be in alignment with their soul's purpose, to be in alignment with the I am. I, Mighty Acturus, am so grateful and privileged for all the messages that have been taught today, as we do not have enough power on earth to come down and speak, but through channels of wisdom and grace we are able to speak. So goodbye for now, but I will return. For those who seek to work with me, call upon my name and I am there. Know that the cosmic creator loves you, that you are divinely blessed, and so it is. I am Mighty Acturus, and so it is. Ooh. So I'm just going to hold this flame. We now close the energy of this class and we send it out to the collective and ask for the freedom for all, the forgiveness for all, the liberation of all. So allow this energy to ripple out from ourselves to the collective so that we can start this process of transformation. And so it is. So I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you enjoyed the teaching session. I was very excited. So look forward to future videos from the Mighty Elohim, which will be quite interesting because we're getting information from the top. So I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of love and take care.